Orlando. She had gone to her local sports authority and bought a knife and BB pistol, along with ammunition and a can of pepper spray, paying cash for it all. That week, at her boyfriend's apartment and on his USS Nimitz aircraft carrier stationery, she had hastily scribbled his new girlfriend's flight itinerary, her unlisted home phone number that she had found in his phone bill, the number he called repeatedly. Most importantly, she wrote down the hour that this woman, Colleen Shipman, would arrive back in Orlando on a United Airlines jet late Sunday night, February 4th. At home that Saturday morning, Nowak packed her black duffel bag. Like any well-trained National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA employee, with an obsessive attention to detail, she had made a list of what she needed: knife, BB pistol, ammunition, hammer, plastic gloves, and a disguise, and cash. A lot of cash to pay for gas and hotels. No need to leave a paper trail of credit card and debit card purchases. She wrote it all down on her Astronaut flight events, history, briefing stationery. She got into her husband's blue BMW with its fading paint and left her suburban home, the one with the snapdragons planted around the brick mailbox. She headed to her local grocery store, and at just about 1 p.m., she bought a phone card with 100 minutes, paying $6.50 in cash. She had left her cell phone with its tracking device at home. It was a cool day on the first Saturday in February. She was leaving behind the famed Johnson Space Center, a place where she had spent 10 years perfecting maneuvers in space shuttle and space station replicas, and in simulated zero gravity, packed into the bulk of a spacesuit. She worked with a team of people who, like her, were the most elite professionals in the world. And like her, they had perfect credentials, perfect track records, and perfect personal lives. At least to someone peering into their tiny capsule, that's how it all seemed. Her plan was perfect, too. Nothing could go wrong, she thought. She merged onto I-45 and then onto I-10 to make a turn that would, nearly 1,000 miles later, allow the world to watch her tumble from her privileged pedestal. But for now, her mind was on one thing alone: finding her boyfriend's new love interest so she could, hopefully, get him back. Nowak pushed the pedal down, knowing she had a 15-hour drive ahead of her. Soon the plains of Texas gave way to the marshes of Louisiana as the sun dipped below the horizon behind her. The street lights flashed one after another overhead through Mississippi, Alabama, and North Florida. Nowak didn't want to be noticed on this trip, didn't want to stop. She didn't want people to remember seeing her, and she was purposely limiting her contact with anyone. So, rather than utilize rest stop bathrooms, she would later tell an Orlando police detective, she pulled to the side of the road, grabbed one of her twin daughter's diapers from a box she had left behind in the car years earlier, slid it underneath her, and relieved herself. In her world, it was normal for astronauts to use diapers, called maximum absorbency garments by NASA, in flight suits and training suits. She put 2 used diapers in a large trash bag on the floor of the rear seat. Just after 10:30 that night, she pulled off the interstate at Defuniak Springs, a speck on the map between Pensacola and Tallahassee. It was near Eglin Air Force Base, where she and her husband had done survival training while in the Navy. She turned into a Days Inn parking lot, grabbed her bags, and checked in under a fake name, Linda Turner, paying a little more than $50 in cash for the stay. She crawled into the bed in the generic room, number 118, with a polyester floral spread on the bed and cheap framed prints on the walls. Her Independence Day flight into space had taken place just 7 months before. She lifted off on that blistering afternoon from Launch Pad 39B at Kennedy Space Center, heading to where only a few hundred others had been before her. All as hundreds of thousands of people watched from the Space Center, the beaches and rivers, and on television.